Three Grumpy Gamers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Three Grumpy Gamers podcast. I've given up on intros altogether now. So, as always, I'm Hal, he's Michael, he's Andy, and we've got our special guest Jason with us.
Hello.
And I didn't even get a cup of tea this time round, so
You know
there
where
you
the
go.
kettle is, you know where it is.
I will have another bit of chocolate orange though.
No, it's good enough now, though, isn't it?
Aye,
He's
good.
crying about chocolate oranges and licorice.
No, I was
sauce.
crying about licorice also. Anyway, we're in gaming news, let's go.
Let's just test the waters here. Andy, you got anything?
Nah.
It was too good to be true, wasn't it?
What did I explain to you last week about consistency? What did I tell you?
Consistently inconsistent.
Correct.
Yeah, but last week you had things, so you blew that out the water,
Yeah,
you
but
ruined your
no,
consistency.
This is where you're an amateur, right? Because if I never ever have anything ever, you become to rely on the fact that I'll never have anything. So every now and then, I like to mix it up a bit.
Yeah,
Have
but
some
then you
gaming
can't say
news.
you're consistent.
Exactly, that's the point. I'm not consistent.
No, right.
God. What? What?
It's you in the world of tank top.
That's awesome.
I thought you'd like that. Well, that's all I've got.
Gaming news, great.
No,
Got some gaming news.
I've
got some. No, I haven't.
got some bits. I'm going to start.
I've got some.
Have you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
The Division beta was open this week.
Yeah, it was.
That is
Well
most
done
definitely
for pointing
news.
out the obvious.
And it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
But I need to hammer him because
Yeah, let's start with this. Let's get this out the way because this is
Alright.
going to take about 20 minutes.
Michael, game reviewer extraordinaire, quote unquote, don't like the yellow line. Is it the colour?
Who the fuck needs hand holding through games?
Is it the colour?
Is it? It's a line.
You
the
gotta
colour.
go this way. You gotta do this. You gotta. Fuck off.
Every single game ever has like a map that points you to an objective.
I don't mind the map, but it's all the way through the screen.
Did you know, Michael,
Yes.
you fucking gaming elite bastard, you can turn that yellow line off.
There's a hood on off option.
Didn't check the settings.
Also, this is the thing. While I do agree with what you're saying about hand holding this, right? Normally, the games it's in where it irks the fuck out of us is where it's something really, really fucking obvious in a like massively linear game. Like the perfect example would be Duke Nukem Forever. Oh look, this is what you need to do. You need to turn this handle. It's bright
Is
orange.
this becoming like a trigger word for him? Because I
Was
think
it-
he's mentioned Duke
No,
Nukem.
but it's a good example though.
Was it because it was yellow, Michael? Is that the problem? Would it be nice if it was like mauve or puce?
I think maybe a nice purple might have changed my mind.
But given how open it is and like the size of the map
Are
anyway,
you listening to anything he's saying?
No,
then it shouldn't be a
something
problem.
about licorice all
Yeah.
sorts.
Doesn't like
Aye,
it,
the
and he won't
shit.
put it- and he won't put
The
it
craft
on.
suite.
And you don't like the cover system now. I did.
No,
think
I didn't
might-
say I
think
don't
might
like
have
the cover
been-
system.
Oh, you're changing it now. 'cause
No,
you did.
I never
And
said
then
I
I
don't
pointed
like
out
it.
maybe it's because you shit.
No, I said it would be nice if it worked properly.
It does.
You know what happened every time I logged into Division? I hold my controller without touching anything, and my character would just spin round.
That's your
spin round.
controller,
It's-
mate.
it's
Yeah.
a controller.
It's a brand new controller. Speaking of controllers, have you fixed mine?
No, because I left it here last time.
Nice.
So I need to take it home with us this
Just
time.
because it's a new controller doesn't mean that your controller works. Because no one else has ever had that complaint. I think your controller's fucked.
Mine did that once, mine. I
Also,
was
bear in
asleep on a
mind,
thumbstick.
I think that would do it.
Asleep on the thumbstick with you, Jason.
Aye.
Was that the slightly browner thumbstick than the other one?
No.
No. No! When I bought it was brown and smelled a bit
Smelled
shitty.
dodgy.
When I bought it was brown and smelled of shit and
It's the
sweat.
last time I buy a controller from CEX.
there's one of your children that like shoved jam in it or something.
No, I keep this one well out of the way because it's a 20th anniversary edition one.
Yeah, his kids
Oh,
always...
what a sickener 20th anniversary pad and it doesn't fucking work.
I've had it like a week.
I love the fact that his kids fucking fill all his electrical appliances with jam like.
Yeah.
Talking about things your kids do. Check that work of art out that my daughter did at the bedroom wall last night.
Nice work.
What is that made with, may I ask?
That looks
It's,
like
it's a finger paint, mate, on the wall with
What paint?
bodily
I thought
Body
that's what it
paint.
was.
juices.
I was just wondering if it was paint
Look at that's a work of art there.
It is like, it's nice.
Somebody's going to have to put that on our Facebook page because nobody know what we're talking about.
What do you call?
To be fair, people have to listen to us to know what we're talking about.
What's that artist called? The one that they got that 6-year-old child to mimic in the 90s. This might be all a bit highbrow for you three fuckers, but there was an artist who used to do
Art,
like
fucking Mr. Art critic over here.
yeah, you know the arts degree that I've got.
Yeah.
But
The one that you make such relevant use of in your
because I
day-to-day
teach
life.
martial arts and music. Where do you work? Right, moving
I
on.
don't have a degree, so it doesn't matter.
Right, moving on.
Pasties taste amazing.
They are nice. I've got to be honest, like, he does the best pasty in town, this kid.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? But anyway, fucking...
It's always nice to smash Hal's past.
There was a guy who was famous for doing, like, splatter art. It was Jackson Pollock
Pollock,
mimicked. And they got some 6-year-old kid to just fucking do something as a test and sold it at an auction house. And these gullible cunts outbidded each other, and it went for like 80 grand or something.
Yeah.
And then they unveiled, well, here's the artist, some fucking 6-year-old chewing a fucking crayon, you know what I mean? It was mint. You know, so
I hate fucking art like that. Abstract fucking shite. It's a load of shit. I hate it. I can't abide it.
well, having studied it for several years, I've come to the well-informed and educated opinion it's dog shite.
Yeah.
It's pure dog shite.
What it is people trying to fucking like get meaning from something where there isn't any.
There are some where it's good, but like it's few and far between. And there's that much of a small minority of it that it's swamped by the masses and masses of pretentious shite.
So I think like the surreal abstract stuff, that's right, because it's imagination kind
Well,
of stuff.
that's different because it's tied to like a political movement as well, and it's an intellectual statement. Like the whole surrealist movement in the 50s and the 60s paralleled anarchy.
So you set him off now. He's away.
Trigger
on one.
word, trigger word. Try to pull
Dog.
it back. Remember
Come
when
back to the
Atari
light.
went bust in 84, 83?
Much
Yes,
like
I
that.
remember, and it's because such and such was out on this day, and he burned his bra strap, and that's tied into second wave feminism, and he's away again.
Okay. Do you actually
Didn't
know?
that sound like Hal there?
You did very much. Do you know who bought Atari out?
Nah.
I found out today. I never knew it was Commodore.
Was it?
Yeah, do you know it?
No, I didn't know.
Crazy.
Makes sense.
It's all the gaming news I have.
So you know what's really mad then? Now, remember the fucking Atari ST versus the Commodore Amiga war? What a brilliant piece of marketing that
Holy
was.
shit!
What a fucking masterstroke of marketing that was.
So Commodore
Having
won
your
them
two
both.
machines and making everyone have definitely one or the other. That's
You win
excellent.
either way.
Yeah.
And which one was the best? Obviously the
The
Amiga.
Amiga was the best one, like. But it makes sense that the one with the Commodore brand on would have been the better one.
So though I remember back in the day, my dad got that, I think it was a half a meg upgrade for the Amiga 5.
I got mine.
That cost £400.
Yeah. I bought mine second hand for 250 quid.
Mine was 100 quid new.
It's crazy.
But like, it was insane. But that half a meg upgrade
Oh, yeah,
at
it
the
was
time made like
massive.
such a difference. Did you ever play Space Ace?
No,
It wasn't really a good game. It was more like a
It was like a movie that had quick time events.
yeah. It was basically just the whole thing was a quick
Oh
time
yeah, it was
movie.
like Dragon's Lair type.
Yes, yes,
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
like that.
But like when you got the meg upgrade, how good it looked compared to like beforehand.
See, I mean, I think the biggest the game I remember most of the Amiga was the Dark Side. Do you remember that game?
Yeah,
That was a bit morbid of a game.
yeah.
Aliens and planting eggs in your brain.
There's a game only me and my friend Peter Beston ever remember, and it was a little indie game. No wonder only us remember it, but it was called Mayhem, and it was like you looked. It was like a top-down shooter, and it was all like rocks and stuff. If you pulled down, it activated your shield. You used to push up the fire, and the fire button was thrust, and left and right was like to toggle it and turn. And you basically, it was like Micro Machine sort of idea, but just a PvP thing, and it was some of the most fucking fun. But you ran out of fuel as well, so you had to land on flat bits to refuel. And it was just fucking chaos. The game was amazing. Some of the best PvP fun I've ever had in my life. It
Did
was
you
amazing.
two couldn't get that text I sent you about Dragon Age?
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't mind the idea.
I do. I love XCOM. We'll just put you in the picture, Jason. The people who are making Dragon Age are saying, do you want a turn-based one like XCOM? If they did it as like a franchise, as part of like just as a
It's a
spin-off,
one-off. Yeah.
then yeah, fair enough.
Well,
Like,
I was working under the assumption that's what it would be, because you can't really tie it into the.
well, of course you could. I mean, you can already go turn-based if you want in Dragon Age.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no like assuming that it's going to be your standard turn-based stuff where it's like not quite top-down, like isometric, right? You can't really kind of, I don't know. I just can't see them being able to build the same amount of like story and like intrigue and grip and all that kind of
It
stuff.
would be exactly the same,
With-
except when you go into combat, it would just be turn-based. Free Roman turn-based, like what Final Fantasy kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 was.
Yeah.
Although that wasn't really free roam, it was quite linear.
No,
you know
but
what I mean?
we know what you mean. So, like, I don't think they should, only because it's like, it's unnecessary.
Well, in that case, I'm even more inclined to say that I don't mind because like for me, the thing that I really like about them is, like, you know, the plot and how story driven they are and stuff like that. I mean, the combat's always good, but like, I didn't particularly cry in Dragon Age 2 when they moved away from how it was like in Origins, even though I think Origins was the best.
Yeah, same here,
Um,
but I don't think I would get it if it was turn-based. I don't think I could actually play
But
it.
if all the rest of it was up to scratch and it was just turn-based combat, yeah, I could live with that.
See, I like the XCOM franchise, so I don't mind the whole turn-based thing.
I'm not
love
saying I
XCOM.
mind it at all, and
XCOM's
I
awesome.
love XCOM,
Yeah.
but I just don't think Dragon Age need to do it. Like, I like the fact that you can have it turn-based if you want. What I'm against is the removal of
An
playing
option.
it. Yeah. The removal of playing it in, like, real time.
So what about then? Because you know you can get them kind of games where it's like it's turn based in the regard that like you have a set amount of time to do something. So you make your moves and then the opponent makes their moves at the same time, like something along the lines of Frozen Synapse. If you ever played that.
No, if it's Dragon Age, I want it real time, like as is.
Because what was really cool about that was you couldn't like react to what the other team were doing. You had to try and preempt where they were going to be.
You never, man.
That sounds shit.
It was really good actually.
I'll sound shit. Sounds 6.
Alright, Jason, what's your big gaming news you got for us?
Street Fighter 5, that came out this week, didn't it?
No,
Right,
neither
it's
was
more of an
that.
early access, to be honest, it's not really a
I've-
game
I've
as such.
seen-
I've heard bad things about it, like.
I've seen some noted YouTube gamers playing it, and I've watched quite a lengthy first impressions
Yeah.
video. I did have some gaming news, I just forgot.
I just
And,
robbed you of it there.
No, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. If you've ever listened, if you're one of the 6 people who's ever listened, wait, 3, because us 3 probably
Doesn't count, just subscribe
right,
yourself.
if you're one of the other, like, if you're one of our mums, right, you'll have heard us like talk about that stuff before.
Not only
where
would you
I
be
don't care,
disappointed
I've
in
got no
us.
news, but fucking,
I'm also interested to know how your mum's listening to the podcast.
she's listening. She's listening
From beyond.
In spirit.
She's always with them.
That's right.
In that case, can she
Not
not,
in the spiritual sense. Would you like to see? I've got an ashes in. I hope my sister's not one of the 3 listeners.
Very much doubt it.
Well, she's not anymore.
Your brother does, don't he? Your brother listened to us
No, he
once.
does sometimes, yeah. Oh, that's right, yeah. Why you fucking keeping up out? Oh, fucking hell, you embarrass yourself out. Fucking stands there with his fucking eyeballs hanging down past his fucking chin. 40-odd-year-old in a bad shirt going into a fucking nightclub for 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
But I'm embarrassing myself.
I can't think of anyone more viable to lecture me on the subject of class than a man who wears 3/4 length jeans and has a can of Stella in his hand at all hours of the day.
Shout out for my classy brother, alright, Stevie boy.
You alright, Steve?
Oh, you're off cunt. Yeah, that's
But yeah,
it.
the Street Fighter 5 thing was a distinct lack of content of pretty much any kind. Of
What they have said is that any DLC coming, plans for DLC so far are that it's free,
Yeah.
but
Also, you can earn like characters in game but although some of the stupid things, like to earn one of the characters with all of the skins is like 900 bounce, right? 900 rounds. Who's going to play 900 rounds with one particular character for the sake of some coloured skins? And
No.
I don't know if it's online, then you'd probably end up with one character who's like your main, and all you've got to think about how long Street Fighter 4 kicked about for. That was like 5 or 6 years easily. So if you think that if you're one of these people who are really into it, and you play like, I don't know, maybe you just go on for a daft hour every night or so, like do like 10-15 matches. It won't take you that long.
I suppose.
Have you
And you
bought
just
it yet?
don't, you just know not
I
yet.
haven't.
Because, I mean, this is the thing, the lack of like, I don't know, like a proper arcade mode and stuff. Like,
There's
yeah,
no arcade mode.
well, there is,
It's very,
The story
very
looks
big.
quite thin on the ground
It
as
is.
well.
It is.
But apparently there's meant to be like a story part that comes out in March, towards
Yeah.
the middle of March.
It's
So
again-
buy it in about July.
Do you know what it is?
When it's a
Basically,
finished
it's
game.
just exactly. So I was going to say it's just another fucking game
Destiny.
released that isn't finished.
It's just an
No,
early, it
Destiny.
feels like an early access for most of people's stories. So.
Sore spot for JPEG there. Destiny, he was one of the Destiny
I haven't
elite.
played Destiny in 8 weeks now.
Fucking hell.
I've been playing for 8 weeks.
Hi, my name's Jason.
So much so, I sold the game, so I can't play it.
Really?
It's
Wow.
gone. Totally gone. I can't
Whoa,
I
I
collected
never ever thought.
everything you can get in that game. There was nothing left for me to do.
I never thought I'd ever hear you say that.
Come.
I thought I'd have heard you say, well, I've deleted my character and started
No,
again.
sold. Gone. Totally gone.
He's waiting for Destiny 2.
He's
No, even
not.
away from
I'll
that
tell you what
because
he's
that's
doing.
depressing.
I'll tell you what he's
The
doing.
lack of content even in Destiny at the minute. It's
I already
very
know what
bare.
you're doing. You're waiting for the Division because the Division's a Destiny killer.
Do you know what it is? That's like when we were talking in the car on the way here. The thing that I like about the Division is
Yellow lines.
no. Yeah, I love
You know
that.
what I like? I like the cover system.
The RPG.
Because you got a
elements.
working control pad.
Yeah, like the way the
And you know what
gear.
else I like? Control pads.
that work.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry,
I would have
Al.
had a working one today if Al had fixed it, but you know.
Well, I'll get round to it.
What, like you got round to giving Andy a cup of tea?
I'm giving a cup of tea.
Well, making him a cup of tea.
Can't just conjure them out of thin
Yeah.
air. No, I like, for me, right, if Destiny had a gear system like the Division does, I'd have been way more interested in it for longer.
Yeah. I do think they should have been able to modify weapons as well as like the perks. Fair enough,
Yeah.
the perks and weapons are good, but
I'll say that in the Division, that's what I fucking loved. The whole
Yeah.
modifying your weapons, it was kind of cool.
I think it's fantastic.
But the
I
progression,
am going to buy it, but
the
it's not going to
progression
be
of
like
like
a
your
lot
gear
cheaper.
and as you level up and stuff. Really good.
You're gonna buy
That's
what?
I like about it.
The Division? But not till it's a lot cheaper, I'm not paying full price.
He's
for it.
cancelled his special.
I know he
thing
did,
Again.
I know he did.
Again,
No, I reordered it,
yeah.
and then I was like, let's play the beta then. And I played it, and I was like,
Have you cancelled your reorder?
Yep.
You need to reorder one because I'm
No.
going to get one for Kaylee. No, seriously, you've got my special edition pre-ordered, haven't you? I need to pre-order like a normal one, but with the DLCs and stuff.
There isn't any in the literally it's just a standalone game, that's it.
Yeah.
Right,
no
I'll get that
goals
for
or
somewhere else for her then.
just buy the game, like the bog standard game, and then buy the season pass. It costs you
Yeah.
an extra £5 or £6 more than normal, but
Is that all it is?
yeah, it's only 20 odd quid. So I mean, if you got gold, it was 60 quid for the bundle. But you're only paying £5-6 more to buy them separate. So
Right, we'll do that then. Just order a normal
It's
copy.
55 quid.
It's fine. It's paid in bits. So do that. Moving on. But honestly, well, there's no. I want to talk about the game a lot actually because I think it's amazing. I like the weapons modding system. I've noticed looking about, you can't do it in the beta, but there's slots to mod your armour and your gear,
Yeah.
make your own.
all of that stuff. It's going to be one of those games where I think for the first 3 months the Dark Zone's going to be an absolute clusterfuck
Yeah.
of like total idiots.
So
Right.
they said that about the closed beta, even the open beta. Thought it was going to be a clusterfuck, but to be honest, it's pretty civilised now.
It was 100 quid on my XS to get the other one fixed plus the repair, or buy that for 80 quid. It works.
It looks like a real phone, acts like a real phone. It's just not a real phone.
Yeah, that's the trick.
Oh,
I like how
breaking
you've
news.
got a big fat case for it as well. It's definitely something you need.
The big fat case came with the phone.
Alright.
Crash Bandicoot is coming back and moving
Moving
on
on.
from that.
Who cares?
I'm sure we talked about that last week.
We're going to mention it every week.
But yeah, I think with the Division, especially when we were in the Dark Zone, I think it was the first time we experienced it. It was a bit arse clenching when we knew that we had a lot of loot we wanted to extract, and it was there's people here. They don't have satchels like we do. They're hunting us.
Yeah.
So that's constantly on the back of your mind when anybody comes near you. Thinking,
This is the
oh,
thing,
shit.
though. You're saying it's going to be a clusterfuck. Bear in mind that like it's bracketed depending on your level, so you'll only get
That's
people.
not
with-
why it's going to be a clusterfuck. Right, first up, it's an 18 certificate game. So cast your mind back to the not too distant past, GTA 5. How many times did you hear this voice from a new player? Hi there, as opposed to, hi, my name. You know what I mean? There's going to be so many fucking kids on it at first, right? And they're going to all be idiots because they're going to be American, right? So they're all going to be like, so fucking stupid.
So you
Kylie,
you turn
motherfucker.
you turn the comms off and just have a party chat with
No,
you.
that's not the comms isn't the problem either. I'm on about like just some fucking
The mentality.
run up to
Playing
you
with
and
noobs.
shotgun you, yeah,
Right.
shotgun you in the face when you know what I mean, when you've
Yeah.
got like a bag full of kit and all of that kicking off, and it'll just be servers full of like, I don't mind a bit of PvP kick off, but like not all the time with just a clusterfuck full of idiots.
Okay, I understand.
That's
what
my
you're
point. But I think the game looks to me, the leveling system, because it's bracketed like you said and tiered, I think the people who stick at it and get really high level by that point will have stopped doing all that shit
Yeah.
to an extent. There's always going to be the odd one or two, but usually I'd say once you get into the top tier of players, for every safer server's got 50 people in, you might get, by the time you get to the top tier, 3 of them at bell ends.
Yeah.
Then you've got like 47 people, just troll them out of the server. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it will go, I think.
So I thought there's a couple of problems with the Dark Zone, especially the day when I've been playing it. One of them was accidentally becoming rogue, obviously shooting people.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, it's way too easy to become rogue. You know, there's that, and there's also the fact that we came across, there was 2 groups of 4 as manhunt,
Yeah,
but they were clearly working together, so technically it was 8 people versus everybody else.
yeah.
So, you know, it becomes a
Which,
bit...
to be fair, from their point of view, was probably a bit of a giggle.
Yeah, but definitely for them.
Well, it's the kind of thing. Let's be honest. It's the kind of thing we're going to do
I was
when
gonna
the
say,
game's
once we
live.
get like 6 to 8 of us online,
Yeah.
you know we're going to do it.
But I think the rogue thing especially, that definitely needs
Got some
addressing.
hot orange juice?
No, you're right.
Tomorrow you like.
I'm a faggot, I don't like chocolate. I
Fucking
prefer fudge.
I bet you do.
I'll stick a kettle on it.
I will in our interim break that you promised.
Time for a break.
We haven't talked about anything yet.
Because we've got nothing to talk about. It's been a slow fucking week.
I've actually got a reasonable amount, but every time I try to talk, he's just gone off on one.
Come on then, try and talk and see if we go off on one.
Right, in that case, I'm going to start with one that you'll really like.
Do you want a
Go
cup of
for
tea?
Love a cup of tea.
No, Hal can stick with that.
No.
Go on, go off on one.
Have a guess what's been released on April 5th?
Is it because the line's yellow? Would you like it to be another colour?
I mean, being another colour would be quite nice.
What's out? I'll tell you what happens on April the 5th. I turn 40.
Oh, wait, it's an excellent birthday present for you then. I might get you it, yeah.
Are you only
Come
40?
too.
On April the 5th I am, I'm only 39 at the minute, young.
XCOM 2.
No,
Crash Bandicoot.
just a second.
Hello Kitty.
I tell you what, it's what a fucking dramatic build.
I don't man, because I had to take a screenshot because there's too much to say all at once.
Awesome build up, and then what a delivery. And,
Right.
we interrupt him.
The bitmap book has been released.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
Joking.
No, this book charts the history of the great British software house behind classic games like Xenon 2, Speedball 2 and the Chaos Engine.
Does it also
God.
talk about their life of debauched hookers and cocaine?
I don't know. It says
They were the first rock stars in gaming.
it says it's full of insight into the games, their creation, the studio itself, and it's full of unseen concept art and pencil renderings from the design process.
That sounds
That sounds
amazing.
awesome, yeah.
Highlights such as unused character concepts for Speedball 2, intricate pencil renderings of the Chaos
Ice
Engine,
cream.
and early robot designs for Z-Form, part of a rich collection of original production drawings and digital artwork. The book also reveals for the very first time the fate of unreleased projects, including the high-octane Amiga racer Bike Havoc XXX and the 2D Speedball successor Brutal Deluxe,
Get in.
which
Oh,
is like...
That Xenon game made me cry when I was like 8-year-old.
But that's like fucking... that's right up your street.
Xenon was solid like.
Xenon
hard
was
game.
awesome.
Did you play Xenon 2 Mega Blast?
Yeah.
That was even better.
Speedball, I spent hours playing
Mate,
Speedball too.
do you know what, on my PS3 I'd rebought it
Yeah.
because it was on the store and I just spent, there was bits of it missing
Nice.
on the PlayStation version, but I still loved it and I still maxed my guys out. It
Do you remember a game
fucking
called, was
awesome.
it Cannon Fodder on the Amiga?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Who made that?
I don't know, but it was awesome.
I'll have a look.
It was War Has Never Been So Much Fun. Was
I remember
the
the-
Yeah, that was strapline.
I remember the logo for the company.
yeah.
I just can't remember the name.
Think of the. And the other one as well. It was Gods. Do you remember a game called Gods? on the
Gods,
Amiga?
yeah,
Who
good
did that?
terrific.
Oh, that was Megalomania. That.
No, Bitmap
The
Brothers did
Bitmap
Gods.
Brothers,
Yeah.
yeah.
We talked about Gods quite a lot.
Economic
yeah.
terrific. That was the way you built up your own little society, didn't you?
Aye.
And you started building missiles and that was Megalomania.
That's Megalomania.
Yeah.
I
That
always
was-
mixed them two up, I always did.
Populous 2.
Megalomania
That
was the
was-
best one though.
Yeah. Definitely.
I loved Megalomania.
Sensible Software.
That was them. Who did Megalomania? Have a look. Because that was awesome.
Christ, we're going back now. like 20 odd year ago.
Mate, this is why we have no listeners, man.
Sensible software.
Sensible software as well.
There you go.
Yeah, that's why nobody ever listens to us, because we just talk about shit.
Back when games were good.
On the Commodore 64,
We've even
Manic Miner.
like massively toned down the offensive thing. Like in the first fucking 3 podcasts or something, we talked about mongoloids playing Street Fighter. we don't even mention anything like that now. It's like not even that offensive.
Jason, what's your favourite game ever, and why is it Ghosts and Goblins?
That actually was a good game.
It was.
Again, made me cry when I was 8 years old.
Yeah, but that's the question all guests get asked. Why? What's your favourite
What's your
game and why
favourite
is it Ghosts and Goblins? Why? Ghouls and Goblins is also acceptable.
Goblins. No, seriously, the amount of joysticks I went through playing that game. I remember trying to explain it to my father. Because I don't know if you remember on the Amiga, it was the whole, I think it was called the Bug.
The Speed
It had the
King.
2 black eyes and this...
Oh, yeah.
I
Did you never
smashed
have
2
the
of them.
Speed King?
No.
It fit in your palm like this, and you had the trigger was there,
Right.
and you had a little joystick on the top like that. It's fucking awesome.
But,
No, but what is your favourite game?
favourite game?
None of us can answer
Something that
it.
pops to mind straight away because I'm a bit of an RTS fan is Command and Conquer.
Which one?
I liked them all up until Tiberian Sun when they went down the whole... Actually, thinking about it now, the Command and Conquer Generals, that was probably the last one that I really, really enjoyed. Generals and 0 Hour.
We loved Command and Conquer back
We
in
had
the
a
day,
lot.
didn't we?
On the PlayStation,
Yeah.
linking them up. I made somebody cry and leave my house once because I beat them so fast.
I never cried.
Wasn't you?
I know it wasn't me, mate. I used to play
When
it.
you used to play it, you used to have like a grace period of like, right, we'd have like 10 minutes to build our base and then we'd
Yeah,
fight.
you can't attack within that time period, yeah.
So I built my base up. I was Russia. I made a Tesla coil after Tesla coil after Tesla coil, leading up towards his base, nowhere near it. He sent loads of people to his. They got destroyed. Then I sent me 30 odd mammoth tanks and just leveled his base. He packed his PlayStation up and went, I'm going home, that's cheap.
Was it Gav?
No.
Who was it? Was it
Uh,
Gowland?
Nope.
Peter?
Nope.
How are you then?
David.
Which David?
Bailey.
I'm kidding.
Fun times.
Yeah, it's good that. It's good making people cry on games. It is good though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty
excellent.
good.
I suppose it's better if it's like some like Mongoloid that
Trolling's amazing.
playing in the Mongoloid Olympics.
They don't cry, they just beat the carer.
Special. the special members of society and Andy.
Yes, I am.
Have you seen the movie with Johnny Knoxville called The
Yeah.
Ringer,
Yeah.
where he pretends to be a Mongoloid? We should do that to get into the gaming Olympics for the Mongoloids.
I put me forward. I could put
Do
it on.
Mongoloids have a gaming Olympics?
They do
I don't know
now.
whether they
Start
do.
one.
I was going to say, it's all well and good having this plan, but like, you know.
We'd clean up.
I don't know though.
Unless
because
we hit with that guy who plays Street Fighter with
the
his mouth.
problem you
on
got
the
though,
phone.
right, is for gaming it's going to be a bit different, isn't it? Because like anyone on the autism spectrum will be able to get in.
Oh,
And,
no.
like you'll get in with like the fucking like the Stephen Hawking of fucking
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
Oh,
You know what I
Mario
mean?
or something like that.
Also, you've seen how it works out for Cartman when he joins the Special Olympics. I could see it being similar to that if any one of us
Oh, what
decide.
about the movie The Wizard, where that little autistic kid travels the country to go to the competition to play Mario 3? And
That's
he
the old
beats it
school game, and the guy with the glove.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And because he's autistic, he beats it in seconds and wins. We should probably cancel that plan of infiltrating the Mongoloid Olympics.
Besides, I haven't got.
Infiltrate. Like it's some fucking Corvette. Like.
Oh, it could have been worse. He could have said penetrate. Could have just what you doing now? Andy, I'm off out. Just go and penetrate a couple of months. What you a special school in Horton?
All it took was Hal to say, you know what, we've never mentioned
Kaylee, have you
Mongoloids for
seen me
weeks.
condoms?
Yeah, and there we go.
Kaylee, have you seen me condoms anywhere?
You won't need it anyway, because usually
What do you need? I'm not catching autism.
they have their own plastic sheets anyway, you won't need.
Not good.
And on that news, Hal, what other game news have you got?
Wait a minute, wait.
Give me a second.
No, you're good. Go.
You sure you want to go now?
Yeah, Bethesda have
Right.
confirmed.
Is it because it's yellow?
I'm going to fucking pack my PlayStation up in a minute.
Is that all it takes to get you to quit gaming? Is this the DLC for...
Fallout, yeah. Basically, they've confirmed that there's several more after the 3 that's already been
Aren't they,
announced.
aren't they up in the price of the season pass?
Yeah, but if you think about it, several more implies more than 2, right? So let's assume minimum 3.
So?
There's already 3.
That will be a few, not several. Several to me says 7.
Well, whatever. Let's say minimum 3, right?
Right, I'm going to say 11.
Some number more than 3.
But less than
10.
No, you can't
not
have
good
that
enough.
because I've said 11.
3.
Well, whatever then. Less than 11. 11 or less. Whatever. Who fucking cares?
Jason,
Right.
how many do you think? And why is it
Just to
12?
push the barrier, I think 13 because it's an
I
unlucky
think
number.
30. I think 13 is a good number.
Well, that means there's going to be at least 6 pieces of DLC.
So you heard it here first. Fallout 4 will have 13 bits of DLC.
Yeah.
Jason said.
Exactly. I have insider knowledge. of
Well,
nothing.
apparently the price for the season pass has gone up to $50, which I'm not sure what that is in
That's
about
about
real money.
30 odd quid, 30,
It's
35.
yeah, about 38 quid.
But-
now.
Well, if you divide that by 6, it's not that much really for each piece of air.
Go on, divide by 6.
Or if it's 36, that would be what?
6, you fucking fucking hell, man.
I mean, talk about games, I'm
You can
fucking
tell
mad.
he's young. You can tell he's young, can't you? You were about to open your
yeah.
calculator on your phone, weren't you? You thought, weren't you?
Have you seen the price of the DLC?
No.
In the first 3? I think it's $15, $5 and $10, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
So,
So it's probably going to be about 15 quid, 10 quid, 5 quid for the 3 different bits. What are you giving us money? What do you want, a blowjob or something?
But basically, if you are interested in getting the DLC, the season pass is probably still worth it.
But is
Probably
there anybody still playing Fallout 4?
No,
What
but
I'll
I'd probably
do-
go back to it for the DLC.
I'll go back to it in a year or so for the DLC. To be honest, I can see me doing my total obsessive thing on the Division. You know what I was like on GTA? I think the Division is... I'm going to go this far. For me, I think the Division's going to replace GTA. I'll still go back to GTA when I'm getting sick of being killed in the dark zone and I want to just go and run some cunt over.
See, my problem with it is, in my mind, it's going to be a lot like Destiny, or
Nah,
where it's just going to be an incomplete game. Something's going to
I'm
fuck
on the
up.
last bit.
It's going to ruin it. And that's why I'm waiting before I get it.
so I mean, watching like the live action trailers and stuff. I don't know if any of you have watched them. yet.
I've seen them.
Yeah. It's
Have you
impressive, and
mentioned-
I'm liking the idea of the story behind it. It seems like a pretty in-depth story. With
Yeah,
it's
it's
all
a
planned
it's a
out.
nice take on like
It's like,
the
yeah.
apocalypse.
I've spent a lot of time today just on YouTube looking at all of that stuff after you were on about it yesterday when we were on the comms.
Yeah.
And I think it looks like it's going to be a very well fleshed out lore.
Yeah.
I already like the look in the background. I'm interested in the background of the factions.
Yeah.
That's already good. And some of the cutscenes in some of the trailers can only be from the story mode,
Yeah.
and it looks very involved.
There's some form of movie, or I don't know if you said, I was on a torrent site the other day looking for a film and I saw The Division.
That's what I'm about the live action trailers.
Oh,
I put
right.
them all together. It's about 37 minutes long for all 4 little snips,
Oh, right.
and it's really well done.
Yeah, it looks
Really,
awesome.
really well done.
It looks incredible. I think they've put a lot into it. I mean, I hate Ubisoft. I used to fucking love them at one time. And Black Flag, I thought was phenomenal. Right? All the Assassin's Creed stuff after that has been pure fucking garbage. But that was phenomenal. And Trials Fusion was a subsidiary of Ubisoft, and that was a good...
Child of Light.
Yeah.
That was
All
amazing.
they had this brief period at the start of this gen where they were flying. They were like they could do no wrong, and they did what a lot of these. They became like the new EA, where they were like, look at all these great titles we've got. Look at all this great rep we've got. Right, let's drop chests into everything and charge 99 pence to open them. And they went way too far down the fucking money grabbing dog shit avenue.
I mean, I love opening chests, but there's a limit.
That's true.
I'll only pay $1.98 at the most.
And that limit's about a third of Far Cry.
Yeah, there was a lot of chests in that.
I don't know.
But fucking, I didn't pay for any. I wouldn't pay to open it. Not in a fucking premium game. I won't. I've already paid me money when I bought the premium game.
Do you know what I think would be a really, really nice addition to the Division? Because you need like your Dark Zone keys and stuff.
Can't put prostitutes in a game like
No,
that.
but like,
I
do you know
would
in Borderlands 2 where you got your shift codes for the keys?
Yeah.
I'd
Prostitutes.
love to see something like that in the Division.
To get a prostitute,
Not necessarily a prostitute,
Well, you
unless
would
that's a
if it
mod
was
for
there.
like one of your guns.
you would be there.
Where you fight them
Prostitute.
dildos.
Yeah. Fire black mambas.
That's racist. Anita Sarkeesian's going to spank and rape you.
She's going to peg you.
She's going to cry about it later tonight while she's fucking blasting herself with a Black Mamba.
She's going to come and blast you with a Black Mamba, and then she's going to cry about it because she's got depression.
Because the internet's a cruel and awful place.
That's right.
Post Mamba stress disorder.
PMD.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
We often tag her in Twitter when we talk about her because she's a cunt.
Just in case you'll ever listen to us.
Right.
Because
Even
guaranteed we get more listeners.
Well, it's not just that though, it's the fact that if one thing we ever do achieve, one thing ever, with this podcast, I'd like my voice to reach her ears of me saying, Anita, you are a cunt.
Or Philip Poisson's, or Kanye
Yeah,
West's.
I don't think he's a cunt. The world would be a worse place without him.
Do you reckon?
I do think that. He's that guy,
Is
isn't
it
he?
because he kind of fries a big fish?
Yeah, I'm on about the guy who owns the fish shop.
Oh, right, okay. In that case, yeah, we can't lose him.
But that game developer, that indie developer, no, he's a cunt as well. He's Jason's favourite, you know. Jason loved Fez, didn't you?
I haven't got a clue what you're on about. What you're on about?
Do you know? Are you familiar with the indie game Fez?
No.
Good.
Oh, you lucky man!
It's shit.
I never thought I'd ever hear me say this, but I envy you now.
It's like, try and explain. It's a 2D game that has 3D elements.
With that
Yeah.
said,
Puzzle platformer,
with
more or
that
less.
said, we could now bring misery to Jason's life.
Force him to play Fez.
Yeah. But the guy, did you remember? Oh, it was a good few years ago now, where there was this documentary on indie gamers, right?
Called Indie, the
Gamers.
movie.
Yeah,
Right.
it was awful.
Right.
And it was following these little indie developers and it was showing you what they had to go through to try and get like platforms at E3 and things like that. And he was one of them, and he's a total fucking hipster. Like the epitome, the embodiment of the social justice warrior, knobhead, self-righteous,
Yeah.
fucking
Like a hips like he used to be.
like him, he is. Or he used to be. He retired from hipsterism
Alright.
when hipsters became a popular thing.
When Hal became a hipster.
Michael,
I'm not fucking
My
Michael
Garbage
was-
Pail Kid sticker says otherwise.
Michael was a
Hipster
hipster before it was cool, but the guy's just like, it's just the whole documentary of him crying,
Right.
right? And then he comes out with all these comments later on, like, I'm not going to make a Fez 2 because entitled gamers don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Like, I beg to like differ with you, mate, but I'm a decent person. I didn't deserve Fez 1. Do you know what I mean? Like,
He's an
So-
utter bell end.
but he tweets like hateful things at his audience all the time,
Right.
and then like wonders why nobody likes him.
Yeah.
And I think Kanye West speaks for itself, really.
He is the Kanye West of indie developers.
Have you seen Kanye West's video game?
That he's breaking about his mum
We
ascending
need-
to heaven.
Open that iPad Pro.
He forced his fans to watch it twice.
Because he forced them to watch it and there was a lukewarm response, obviously.
Talk about.
Nice.
Have you got YouTube on this thing?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, and there was a lukewarm reception, so he made them watch it again. He was like, you don't understand, this shit's really hard to do. And it's like, yeah, that's because you're not a fucking game developer, do you know what I mean?
what's it called? The One.
Mm-hmm.
The one.
The one,
It's
the
about-
game or something.
It's about his mum going to heaven
Oh, there we go.
because his mum's more important than everyone else's.
Second one
dead
down.
mum.
Watch it. Yeah, so it's a video game all about his mum getting to heaven.
Right.
Also,
Those iPad Pros are really nice, aren't they?
Oh, they're awesome.
On YouTube. That's when you truly know.
also, as well as white people not being allowed to review his
His albums.
they're also not allowed to go to heaven according to that. Because there's only black people in that trailer that I can see.
And you go on a horse.
Yeah.
Or is it a pony?
Horse is white though.
I think it's a
that
donkey.
that might count for something.
And on me and being given an opportunity to create as an artist. And I'll forever appreciate
His voice isn't even annoying, is it?
Jay-Z for that.
Listen to him trying to do that friggin' remaster of Freddie Mercury song, was it? Oh,
Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah.
My good
Glastonbury.
When I go crazy on the fashion world and do all that shit, you know.
He goes crazy on the fashion world.
And
man.
Hal can't wait for his fashion line to come
I
out in
really
Britain.
appreciate y'all coming
This is
and
the thing,
supporting
right?
this event.
Everyone fucking rips on him about his clothes being fucking shit and him charging like 500 quid for a plain white t-shirt. Well, think about it. If it fucking works, like really, who's the
Who's
most?
more stupid?
Do you know what I mean?
And just supporting the frame
Did you see he was begging Facebook for
For
money.
someone to be able to
Yeah,
speak
he
their
wanted
mind,
Mark
50 million.
Zuckerberg.
to not
No,
be
that's how much.
controlled,
That's how
to
much
not
he's
be
in
able to
debt.
say what they wanna
He
say,
wanted
say
Mark
what they
Zuckerberg to
feel.
invest $1 billion in Kanye West ideas.
Yes.
You know,
I actually
you can
tweeted
have
him the
a
other day and
party,
said he was a
keep
bell
playing
end
music and playing
and linked him to
music,
our
to the
last
curfew
podcast.
go and shit, if you feel like it. But
He's very precise with his
I'm
shit.
handing
Kanye
over the
West
bird. Where you
ideas.
at?
Has he had one yet?
There's a first for everything. Maybe all it takes is $1 billion.
Well, in science, when I was little, I made a clock that I powered up for potato. So I'm going to sell these
I'm a
kits.
genius.
I'll sell these kits separate, and then I'll bring out Kanye potatoes.
But did you see his crack? Like following the "Can I have $1 billion?" Mark Zuckerberg. His crack was like, yeah, you build schools in Africa, but are you really helping the nation? That was his crack. Word, more or less word for word. Where he's like, if you give me $1 billion, I can sort Africa out. That was more or less his crack.
Oh, here we go. So this is the game.
It's very moving music already.
Look at the beautiful graphics. That's his fat horrible mother going to heaven.
Died of a horrible Black Mamba accident. Something about Anita Sarkeesian blasting her anus to death.
There's a black woman riding like a white stallion. Is that like a...
No, that was a
wings.
Pegasus.
Yeah, it's a racist statement.
Can you see the genius in it?
Here's a good question. Can you see any gameplay in it?
No, not at all.
Well, that's the only one, the game.
Do you feel like you've just been touched by genius, Jason?
Touched by something.
I think we found a person who's going to review it.
Yeah.
So you buy the game, Jason,
All right,
when
yeah,
it comes
you
out and
the
you
game.
review it.
Yeah. I'll write an in-depth review.
Sure you will.
Take me 2 minutes.
This is shit. The end.
I think you're fucking heathens, like, do you know what I mean? The guy's obviously...
It's just we can't comprehend it. He's a visionary.
That's
It's
it.
because he likes fish
It's
sticks.
before his time. Fish sticks. Everybody loves fish sticks.
What are you, a gay fish?
Fucking hell. Oh my god. So there you go, Kanye.
Games
Rocking-
developer of the
ready.
year.
That great fashion innovator moving into our favourite industry, the gaming.
Well, this is the thing though. If her
he
story can
invented
win,
leather jogging
can
pants.
win
you know.
awards,
Eh?
He invented leather jogging pants.
Sexy shit.
There's a Kanye idea. Leather jogging pants.
You know what his idea will be when he gets the $1 billion? And that'll be just to spend it.
yeah.
Fucking
End up $1 billion in debt.
No. The kid says he's going to sort out Africa.
yeah, he'll spend the money and then just like say.
How many nukes can you buy for $1 billion?
Feel like
That's the thing, apparently, though, because he knows what to do to sort them out, but he hasn't done it already. All he's done so far is get $53 million in debt. So, you know.
is he in debt?
Was-
Is he now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's why
how-
he's begging for money.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A mighty have fallen, that.
Oh well.
Let's hope that debt's to some kind of mob boss who just
Kills
takes him out.
This is the thing, I was reading this thing the other day, and people are like, assassinations of, like, well-known prominent people in industries just don't happen anymore. It's like, JFK, people didn't, like, agree, whatever, boom, head gone. Like, why doesn't someone just fucking kill Kanye West? And I was like, you know what, that's a good question. Like, why aren't there more people out there with sniper rifles killing celebrities we don't like?
Why, and when there were, why did they kill all the good ones that people liked?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, there was no need to shoot John Lennon. Nice lad.
There's no
Yeah.
need to shoot Dimebag Darrell in the face.
Nah, good lad. You know what I mean?
Kanye West, Kim Kardashian.
With no great loss.
One bullet could take them both out at once.
Never mind that, just pineapple in through the kitchen window.
You mentioned Kardashian there, just all I could think of was Ted 2 when he gets covered in the semen samples.
All I can think of
He's
is...
he now look like one of the Kardashians.
That's awesome. So there you go. Jason's going to be our guest reviewer for the Kanye game.
Fucking right.
And next week we're going to be reviewing his albums.
That's right. Can we call the review session Whitey Does Kanye? Yeah, I love this racist
Privileged
shit.
Whitey's thoughts on
Oh,
Kanye.
hang on. Privileged. Which one of us is that then?
It's just because we're
Certainly
white, so
me.
we're obviously
Oh, yeah,
privileged.
we're
Well,
already
think-
overprivileged.
Think of it this way, I'm already $53 million ahead of Kanye West. So, you know.
Yeah, there is that, like,
Suck on that, can you?
yeah, that's really funny. Well done.
Hal's considerably richer than you.
We all are.
Just doesn't look good.
I don't know, I think I'm close to him now.
So
All I
it's-
need to do is buy a fucking massively oversized T-shirt, leave it in the mud for a couple of days, and tell people it costs 500 quid. Then I can look like Kanye.
It's not going to do well with his music either. I saw this thing, this like prominent black radio presenter guy who's like really big on the rap scene over there, interviewing him, and he's so blunt. He's like, "Yeah, I used to be a fan, but now I think you're shit."
Yeah.
And Kanye West, like what he says, "I don't care about your sneakers, mate. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about your first world rich guy shit." He says, "We liked your rap albums when you were rapping about things we could relate to. Now you're garbage." And I think like the whole rap community's like followed suit. So hopefully his music career will flop as well, and he'll become the derelict fucking waste of space that he really is.
I remember a few years ago I came in your house when you were living in Gateshead, and you're like, dude, you've got to see this. And you put his new video on YouTube. You and Kaylee were in stitches with it. I swear he was on a motorbike.
Yeah, with his big fucking fat honking wife behind him. And he's like, and it's like, but the mix was even like, it was out of time and everything, and it was like none of this stuff. It was like when I was a college tutor, right? When I used to teach music, you'd have like, you'd show some kids some basics on software for editing, and you'd get the kid who had 3 songs that he liked, and they didn't belong together musically, but you know, just as an exercise, you'd chop a verse of Iron Maiden, a chorus from ABBA, and then a bridge from a dance song, and the 3 things together sounded fucking appalling.
Yeah.
It was just, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one, so I'm putting them together, right, it's mint. And like,
They're all good separately, so they're going to sound amazing
yeah,
together.
yeah. Well, this whole the whole montage of music that this, and I quote unquote, genius created, sounded like it had just been thrown together by a fucking
By his fat
retard.
honking wife.
Yeah, by his fat honking slow wife. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm sorry, Kanye, I couldn't hear it properly because I hadn't cleaned the cum out of my ears. Do you know what I mean? It was fucking appalling, man.
So how are we going to tag this on Twitter? Kanye, listen to you, listen to it.
Hashtag fat honking wife.
Hashtag Kanye pre-review.
Just get it trending on Twitter.
I wonder if he's dropped his fucking disgraceful wife into the game as well. I bet he has. Can you remember Bedroom Olympics on the Amiga where it was basically a
Yeah.
picture of a dude like shagging a woman and you just had to
Wiggle
wiggle the
the
joystick
joystick.
fast to make him fuck her quick and get the meter up, and if you got the meter up you won. I bet he's dropped that in with him and fucking Kim in the game like, whoa.
You saying that there remind me of the Spastic Olympics game that was on the
Yeah.
watching some guy in the fucking one gimpy leg with trying to do the hurdle.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or maybe he's just going to put a fat ass in as an obstacle
Can
for
you
you to fly
remember Viz
around.
the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Viz the
That
game
was
was awesome.
We had to flatten those pancakes with fucking Buster going out balls and that. Oh, what a fucking game. Why don't they make shit like that anymore?
Wasn't there like some kind of long jump with Johnny Fart Pants and you had to like fly
Yeah,
along?
and you had to angle it.
Yeah.
Kind of like probably the precursor to Angry Birds now, I think of it like. It was probably the inspiration behind Angry Birds. Fucking masterstroke. Any more gaming news? Time for a tea break.
Knights of the Old Republic's being remade in Unreal 4 Engine for
yes,
free.
it is. And it's going to be awesome.
Apparently it's under a different name though, and they're adding
Yeah, it's
more
because legally
content
they
to it.
can't.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Apparently legally they can make it, but they can't sell
Sell
it.
it, yeah.
Hence why it's free. But yeah,
But they will be
Awesome.
taking donations at some point this
yeah.
year.
And it looks pretty good. All what I've seen so far is first person, but when they've talked about it, they said it's just like a slider thing. You can swap between first and third person. But yeah, that'd be really good. That.
That's cool.
Next.
Bethesda have decided that they're going to start making more mobile games. After the massive success that was Fallout Shelter, apparently there's been over 4 billion sessions on it. So they've went, wow, this is really good. We didn't think people would like shit like this, so we're going to do more.
That's quite depressing.
Yeah.
This is like, I'm having shades of like nearly every big game company ever that's gone ratchet because then they've become like fucking mobile game obsessed.
Yeah. Here's another mobile related thing. Apparently, I don't know, like you might have heard of them, but there's a graphics processor group called ARM.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they think that mobile graphics will have caught consoles by 2017.
Probably. catching up pretty quick.
I mean,
not to PS4 and Xbox
For
One
instance,
standards.
just out of... I'll
Oh,
show you
this
again.
game that you keep playing.
Right, Vainglory, right? Didn't even know it's been out for a
Oh.
year now.
Oh, yes, I know what this is.
And this turn down because it's a bit over there. Right? And I've actually plowed a lot of money into this game because I'm willing to support them because it is awesome for a
It's a.
free game.
It's essentially like a MOBA, isn't it? It's like League of Legends.
If you play
yeah.
League of Legends, yeah,
Yeah.
you got all your characters, you can buy them or you can earn them through playing the game. For instance, right now, Pixelest. And then you've got your different skins you can choose between all put up there. And again, you can unlock them in different ways.
Yeah, you sat and showed me this.
But this, the graphics on this for a free game, it's all high res. Yeah, I've missed out.
Yeah, it helps that you're playing on an
Phenomenal.
iPad Pro though. And it looks
But like you
amazing.
do, you know, Galaxy S6 plays it perfect. It looks beautiful, all touch screen. I mean, they've got things called the VGL, which is the Vainglory League, and there's like groups of
That's-
three
yeah, you're on
people
about
winning
that,
like
like-
£70,000.
Yeah.
You know, it does look very much like Dragon Age Origins on the PS3. Like that kind of graphics.
And again, you level up, you attack, just it's all touch. I mean, the average game lasts between between 15 and 30 minutes, and it's phenomenal. It's addictive because it's got a build tree where you can do so much with it. You can either go all weapon power or all crystal power, or you can go like a
Is it
group
like
build
how
utility.
like Heroes of the Storm works?
Yeah,
with that
exactly
kind of,
exactly that type of game. But again, if you just press the ones and it all attacks, and then use your special abilities that do different things. Say, for instance, I chuck that there with a charge. Press it again. Press the same one. Causes a supernova. They've all got different abilities.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
a phenomenal game considering it's free.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, it does look really good, and I do think that, like, generally speaking, like, I remember just a couple of years ago when I got like my last phone, and I got like this fucking like it was some sort of fucking Modern Warfare knockoff thing,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was playing that. I was like, this is pretty good, really, considering what it is, and like how much they've jumped in a couple of years. But I don't know. I can't really see it catching consoles. Like,
I don't know. It's an iPad Pro. You know, it's essentially that or this. It's
Yeah.
almost the same, and it's some of the stuff you can do with it's phenomenal. But yeah, I mean, if you stick a joypad or some kind of controller,
I
on
think
that,
all it boils down to is it's just like how willing, say, like I mean, the iPad's a slightly different thing, but like say for phones, how willing, like say the likes of Samsung or Apple are to put like a fucking the same size like fucking graphics processor in a phone as they would in a console, because obviously it's gonna like just take space for other shit that gets
Plus
used.
the phone's going to be shitloads
like
more
phone
expensive.
functionality,
Yeah,
yeah.
phone will be expensive if it's that powerful. And also, it's the inconvenience of how small the screen is.
So it might have the potential, but I don't know whether
It's-
it'll play
You
out.
know what would be
I
worse
definitely
as
think-
well? You know how much a game is now
Yeah.
when you buy it digitally? It's ridiculous. So you'd be paying stupid amounts of money for like AAA games, where you're not even getting a physical copy of it.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
which is my other bugbear. I hate paying for digital games, knowing that literally how much you're paying for licensing sort of thing. I've
Yeah.
got nothing physical there that
Yeah.
paid money. It's like there's 60 quid gone in.
Now look at The Witcher 3, you
60
buy
quid's gone.
it digitally, you get the game. Buy the game, you get the game, the soundtrack,
Yeah.
a big fucking map, some stickers. You
Yeah.
know.
At least then it feels like you've got something worth your money. You know? You
Yeah.
haven't just chucked it into the void vast beyond that you'll never.
Or if you get the special edition of The Division, you get a watch.
Yeah.
And an armband.
Just to show that you're special.
He's
Yeah.
going to keep his tactical pen in it.
Yeah, I am.
So we can lease
Signing
tanks.
tank leases, yeah.
So if we've established it's not the colour so much, what happens if the line was more wavy?
Yeah,
No.
is it, that
No.
it's, not that it's...
That'd be distracting more.
Yeah.
What if it changed colour as you were running, like a red?
Like a mood.
Yeah.
Like a mood line. No.
Yeah.
You could put sensors on the control, then you could see if you were stressed, and yeah, it would change. We're onto
Yeah.
something there, like.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but then when my controller breaks, as like
It'd
three
be
of them
red.
have,
It wouldn't be yellow then.
it'd be more expensive to buy one.
What if it changed to red when there was jam in your controller?
Stop feeding your kids jam sandwiches while they're playing on the PlayStation.
You know, many years ago, before DVD, right, I had this really expensive video player.
Jam sandwich in it.
Seriously? Jam sandwich. Emily whacked it in.
What is it with kids and like? Because that's the thing. I remember hearing loads of stories about like kids putting various things into VCRs, but like sandwiches seem to feature quite highly on there.
Right,
It's
it's
just the right
similar,
shape.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it's like, oh, that'll gone in there.
especially if you had a Betamax, almost similar size.
That's true. Do you know Betamax was
Top
better
load
quality
Betamax,
than
it was.
VHS? Do you know why VHS took off?
Porn.
Yeah, because it was a cheaper cassette. So the porn industry embraced the VHS, and then the public embraced the porn industry.
Do you know who made Betamax?
No,
Sony.
was it?
Yep. And do you know why Sony let porn be available on Blu-ray?
For the
Because
very same reason, because they learned
they learned
Yeah.
the lesson, and that's what won the whole HD Blu-ray war.
Yeah, because HD
Porn.
discs and Blu-ray were essentially the same thing, weren't they?
One of the slightly bigger capacity, like,
HD
it was nearly
discs.
double, wasn't it? HD was like 12 to 14 gig, was it?
Yeah.
Obviously, Blu-ray is anything away, especially now. What's the capacity on one of double layer Blu-rays? It's like 30 odd gig, isn't it?
50.
50.
Have you? I read this. I've been reading recently now that they've started. They've got this new way of like storing data in like coded into like quartz, like engraved quartz, and it can last for like 1 billion years or something. And something like the size of a fucking 10-pence piece can hold like fucking all.
300 terabytes.
Yeah, and like
That's
that
awesome.
just fucking blows me mind. That.
Wow.
Wait,
That is pretty
even
cool.
going down like new technology, that kind of, have you seen the Li-Fi stuff?
Yeah.
So you've got Wi-Fi,
Yeah,
but
through
it's
your
Li-Fi
lights.
through
Yeah,
lights.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah, aye. The
Wow.
Japanese have actually had that implemented for a couple of years.
That's impressive. Like, they were chucking like terabits for every
That
data through
that was a
the
spin-off of when the Japanese had your mobile phone would start charging off static in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like all that sort of stuff. It's like you try and take, we love our tech over here, but to kind of like take an English or American mobile phone or tablet to Japan and trying to get it to run their network is the equivalent to
Yeah.
trying to get a wind up clock to run on our network. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're that far behind them.
You know how fast the internet runs at the minute, don't you?
No.
I think they're touching on like 4 gig download.
Mhm.
And I think what the fastest we have is 200 megabytes with Virgin.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man.
We are like fucking bottom of the pile in terms of world internet speed. Sweden's
We're
like
not
way
like-
up there.
The US are really bad.
Aye. Wait, I mean, given how many different countries there are, we're in the bottom half.
Well, I'm
Well,
moving
in
to
the
one of
bottom
the
half.
fastest in Europe in a couple of months. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's they're number 2, I think. I don't know if it was Switzerland that were above them, but Netherlands were in second place for the fastest in Europe.
But it's always good to think that no matter how bad our speeds are here, at least we're nowhere near as bad as the
At least
fucking...
we've got internet.
Like, you know, you hear the stories of people in America who have subscribed to AT&T and shit like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And there's nobody's got unlimited in America,
Yeah.
it's all capped.
And at least we actually have like stable, consistent fucking internet, not in places like Bangladesh where the only internet they get is when Mark Zuckerberg's fucking internet balloon comes over every fucking 3 months. Which I'm not even joking about.
Is that true? Is it?
Yeah.
But haven't the people of India actually complained about that?
Have the
Yeah, about their free internet, Facebook
Yeah.
internet. Yeah. Well, we don't want it.
we don't want an internet balloon.
Should
We're-
be blown up your
We're
arse.
happy living in the fucking in the dark eye. I didn't want to know my next door neighbours fucking banging her down the street.
I bet you it's not the people who are complaining, it'll be the governments who want to suppress information.
Probably, yeah, and that type of...
It won't be the people.
That's a fucking brilliant idea. Why hasn't Mark Zuckerberg launched a load of free internet balloons over North Korea? In terms of freeing the minds of the people, that'd be like fucking...
Do you not think the little fucker's unstable as it is? He just needs an excuse, doesn't he? Doesn't he piss him off?
Yeah, but given who he is, that excuse could be there's no fucking cheese in the
Did you
fridge.
see,
Anything.
Do you know
just
that,
set 'em off.
you know, and the Americans are great at going like, there is weapons of mass destruction, and then bulling on in and like stealing someone's fucking hunting rifle and slaughtering an entire nation. But fucking the Americans were trying the old how much of a threat in North Korea thing, but South Korea last year shot down a drone, right? Let's say a drone with my fingers in quotations. What the North Koreans were using as a surveillance drone, right, was a remote control aeroplane with a fucking disposable digital camera sellotaped to the bottom. And somebody shot at it in South Korea and the camera fell off. And that's the tech.
They're keeping the costs down, man.
That's the tech that they were attacking the neighbours with. So there you go.
They've been at war with South Korea for like 20 years or something. I mean, they're not properly at war, but they've never like had a ceasefire. There's always like shit going on at the border. But I suppose if they consider like an act of war to be fucking shooting a disposable camera off a fucking a thingy airplane, then there you go.
It's a bit of a joke war.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy place. Like,
It's
but you
fucking
know what?
mental.
That free internet balloon thing would actually be genuinely a fucking good idea. That's a master stroke. That is a really good idea. I'd love to see that. And while they're at it, they should launch a fucking load over the Middle East as well.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. Look at Arab Springs, man. Arab Springs, people in Europe helped them backdoor the internet, and then it fucking went up once they got access to real information and saw what was going on, and saw how little the rest of the world knew about what was happening to them. That's what caused the Arab Springs. You know what I mean? It was awesome. So yeah, internet, most powerful and abused tool in the world.
Yeah.
Well, unless you consider Anita Sarkeesian's Black Mamba.
Yeah, that's a fairly powerful and abused tool. Alright, second to Anita Sarkeesian's Black Mamba, the internet's the most powerful and abused tool in the world.
I'm glad you corrected that. Thank you.
Thanks.
I heard a rumour it takes 10 D batteries.
A bit industrial strength. Like jackhammer and concrete.
Yeah. This one goes through drywall.
Do you know, I know this isn't game related again, but just to prove, you know, that whole fucking mindset she's got about how about white privilege and male privilege. There's actually, it's a genuine thing. It's not even a parody.
I forgot all
There's this
about
fucking woman. What's that really famous law college in America called again?
I don't know.
Which one is it? No, yeah, it might have been Harvard. But
I've
this
got
fucking
my
woman,
favourites.
this wealthy law student, walked out of Harvard onto a metro station. So she's got a very expensive roof above her head, no doubt a very expensive car. There's a homeless white boy trying to catch a few Zeds sleeping on a train. She took a photo of him and posted it on her Facebook and went, "Look at this manspreading." Like, he was the privileged guy in that situation. Do you know what I mean? Like, he had white privilege and male privilege. A poor fucking homeless cunt trying to sleep on a metro train. Yeah. And she's like, well, look at him, look at his white privilege. I bet she'd love to trade places with him. Fucking idiots.
Have you found it? Yeah, get it.
What's this?
One of the best thing I ever sent to Jason.
Fucking machine.
I've seen it.
Fucking machine.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Fucking machine.
That's Anita's, isn't it?
Fucking machine. Fucking machine. Fucking machine. This too is a fucking machine.
Some hardware, that
This is something else you're going to have to share on the Facebook page now for people to get.
Godzilla. This is a room full of fucking machines. Machines built purely for fucking.
Fucking rubber face.
We have the fabulous sci-fi set at the Kink Armory, made specifically for fuckingmachines.com. As you can see, our incredible in-house art department has recreated the Battlestar Galactica spaceship right in the confines of the armories. If you listen carefully, you can hear the echoes of orgasms past. Do you hear them? Do you hear them? Yes. Here we have a fabulous array of dildos used for fucking machines. You can see they range from small
There's
and
Anita's.
unintimidating to, oh my god,
Oh, no,
what the
that's
hell is
Anita's.
that size? Can you guess what I have in my hand, citizen? Ha ha ha, no. This is not a fucking machine. This is a step stool. Ha 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 ha. How about this? Can you guess what this is? Correct. It is a cake mixer and also a fucking machine. This may look like an ordinary toolbox, but it too has been modified to fuck. Everything in this room has been modified to fuck. Take this, for instance. And fuck. But seriously, there are a lot of fucking machines in here. fucking machines everywhere.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Awesome music.
What's that?
Do you know, I felt like I was back in the 80s.
I was back in the 80s there, like.
But that was like, do you know, when you're on YouTube and you end up on that part of YouTube and you're just like, what the fuck am I even watching?
Yeah.
How did I get here?
Like, that's a fucking masterful piece of videography there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful work.
Correct, it is a cake mixer.
Which is also a fucking machine.
It is a step stool. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Oh, big news. UFC 2's coming out. Let's move on from that.
God. Did you know who played the first one?
The very first one, the PS3.
No, man, the one on the PS4.
Yeah, I played that, wasn't that
There's
good?
some useful and gratifying knowledge for you that in one day in the Division beta they have opened. Is that $7 trillion? Is it trillion? Car doors? What's after a billion? 100 billion, then what, trillion?
Is it not a zillion?
Is it not a gazillion?
Is it not a...
I don't know, but there's like, what,
9
3, 6,
zeros.
9,
9 zeros is a billion.
9, 10 digits.
So,
So
10
that's
billion.
double billion, so that's...
10 digits, which are a fucking machine.
There's
That's a lot of car doors
That's
closed in the
seven...
Division.
I'll do it for you, Jason. It's 7,184,867,422.
Thank you very much.
That's all right.
That's a lot of car doors in
Yeah.
one day.
It is, why the fuck would they count
I
that?
don't know why they're tracking it, but they've tracked it.
But that's the thing though, I was reading earlier, apparently how they're saying for a new IP, they're thinking like that it's going to be another Destiny in terms of that, like at launch it's just going to fucking absolutely blow everyone's predictions away about how well it's going to sell, and they already think it's
I'm
going to do
not,
well.
when I keep saying, I'm not saying it just to provoke. I really do believe it's going to be a Destiny killer.
Yeah.
I mean, I quit Destiny well before Jason.
Fucking Snakes and Ladders is a Destiny killer, man. Destiny shit.
Destiny was alright. Destiny had some good ideas.
Destiny was amazing. I sank 2,500 hours into it in a year.
But be honest, wouldn't it have been better if they released the full game on
Oh
launch?
yeah, I was upset there's no story to it. The story is absolute garbage. Right, it's not even garbage, it's a good story, but you don't get the full story. If you know what I mean. You get snippets of it, there's big holes, like who's the stranger, the traveller, the speaker, you know, none of it's explained. Especially when the stranger pops up with
I do,
the
on a
stories.
comedy note, I do remember you and I having a lengthy conversation about would you shag the stranger
Fucking
even
right
though
you
she's a
would.
robot?
Yeah.
Fucking right you
Yeah. And I believe I said
I'll bring
I
the
also would.
WD-40.
Yeah.
Would that make her a fucking machine?
Yeah, she'd be a
We
fucking
then
man.
referred to her as robot tits for a while, if I remember rightly.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't, because that's misogynist.
I also remember us having a similar conversation about Eris Morn and everyone going, no.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, it's just like spunk down her face.
Yeah.
You know.
I can't get it out of my eyes.
But yeah, 2,500 hours in a game in a year. I put some hours in there. Do you know what's even more upsetting? The fact that on average it takes between 500 and 750 hours to learn a language fluently if you study a language.
So you could have learned like 3
I could have
languages.
learned 3 languages in the time that I played Destiny. That's upsetting.
I just don't get how you can sink that many hours into a game when you've got more kids than fucking
See, after 2 they
He
take care of each
ignores
other.
some kind of rabbit.
Just ignores them.
They know where the bin is when they get hungry.
Yeah. He's got like a little playpen set up and he's inside of it and they're outside.
Pretty close. Eh?
Don't come into my area. Go on, fuck off, there's crisps in the cupboard.
This is Daddy's area. I don't care if you're bleeding. I've shown you how to fit a band-aid. What do you mean your leg's still outside?
Hey, use me belt as a tourniquet. There you go, fuck off.
See, it's funny you should say that because when the bands say, I've hurt myself, are you bleeding? No. Is it broken? No. Well, stop crying, go and play.
Rub some dirt under your whip.
What are you crying for then? Is it hanging off? No. We'll go and play.
Daddy's in a raid.
But yeah, I think Taken King, again, awesome expansion for the game, but it was just so short-lived.
Yeah.
It was done and dusted within a week and a half, 2 weeks. It wasn't worth it. There's not enough something, especially now when they're releasing the stuff like the SRL races and all like the microtransaction stuff. It's just, you know, there's nothing of actual
How many?
substance there.
Have a quick
Trigger
look,
word
somebody.
that.
Somebody have a look. See how I don't want to react to it. See how many
Microtransactions.
See how many people are still playing Destiny.
Can't find out. I've already looked. Try to find. It's still ranked as one of the top most sold games in the last 2 years. It beats everything by a long way, but just because they've sold copies doesn't mean
Yeah, it
obviously
doesn't
there's still
mean,
people
yeah.
playing it. But there's been a distinct lack. Like when you go into matchmaking, for instance. Well, like I said, that might have changed in the last 2 months since I've played it. But just trying to play a game, noticing that it was taking longer for matchmaking, and so you know. But
People have moved away from it.
But that's the thing, they shot themselves in the foot in that regard. Do you know what I mean? Of course, people are moving
Do you
away. 'cause
remember
they
the
got
last
bored
time I
months ago.
played? I think you were online.
Yeah.
Was when that not 1, not 2, but 3 weeks off the bounce when I got fucked with those strange coins.
yeah,
That was hilarious.
Nightfalls was even more so
I
now.
think we've heard the
because-
story 4
That
or
was
5
fucking
times.
I
hilarious.
still hate it though. It made me. And do you know what? I never switched the game on after that ever again.
It's one of my fondest memories.
fucking strange coins.
Did the
Andy?
Nightfall?
Andy?
Did the Nightfall got 7 strange coins? Did the Weekly Heroic got 9 strange coins?
No, what happened was, if you remember, it wasn't so much that Stephen and Neil Kitchen jumped in.
Yeah, and they
Right
got,
when I was on the
Oh,
boss at the end,
yeah.
they jumped in. And the first week, I didn't mind them, me mates. I didn't mind what they got at all. That wasn't the point. One of them gets fucking Galahorn.
Yeah.
The other one gets something else amazing, and I got strange coins, and I was pissed off. The second week, you couldn't write this shit. I'm doing it again a week later. I'm on the last boss. I'd one-manned it up to the last boss because you'd already done it.
Yeah.
Hey, kids, it's story time.
Stephen and Neil jump on. Can we jump in, Andy? Surely they're not going to get amazing stuff and me get coins again. Yes, of course you can, lads. They jumped in.
Well, you tempted fate there. It's your own fault.
They jumped in and got amazing stuff, and I got strange coins. That's
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row. Third week in a row, Stephen and Neil were already on, and I was joking on. I'm going to go and do the weekly Nightfall. Bam, went and did it. One-manned it again, and this time there wasn't even any element damage. It was fucking solid. Got all the way to the boss. Stephen and Neil jumped in, and third week off the bounce, I got strange coins. They got drops, and I just switched the game off, and I've never fucking played it since. And
I'm surprised you didn't do a fucking LA Noir and just fucking spend the
Smash
disc in half.
Noir, because I realised I'd get some money for selling it. LA Noir, yeah, I forgot I'd done that with LA Noir. I don't think I hate Destiny as much as I hated LA Noir.
You cried about that fucking game for months.
Do you know
The problem
why?
is, though, because you really liked it. Up until
Yeah, I know.
The game. I liked the game. Did
I
you
like
ever
the
finish-
Never
ending.
played it.
Right,
Never played it.
LA Noir.
Story time, kids.
Right, no, but here's the
Gather
thing.
round the fire.
Right, a couple of little things. It's basically it's a scam to do with property developers, putting people over.
Yeah.
You're a copper. Turns out there's loads of your colleagues in on it. You're the only guy trying to sort it out. Turns out your main partner in the police force betrays you. You die in the end.
By the way, spoiler alert.
I don't care.
It's like 4 years old now. People haven't
You
played
die.
it. Tough
You
shit.
die in the end, right? And you fail. Even though you die in vain. You fail to stop the evil plot, and the copper who betrays you does your eulogy at your funeral.
But is
That's
the
how the
clue-
game ends.
Is the clue not in the fucking title of the game?
I've
The
watched-
die, yeah, the
Noir.
No, but I've watched film noirs, and that's not the only and sole point of a film noir. Normally, it's a silver light. It's a cloud with a silver lining. That's what a film noir normally is. There was no silver line. It was like you die, you fail, and the guy who fucks you over does your eulogy. The only way it could have been worse is if you fucked off out with your wife. Right? So I snapped the disc. I ejected the disc and snapped it, and Kaylee went, "Did you not like that then?"
I did that with Soul Calibur on, I think it was the PlayStation 2. I spent weeks in that game, and there was one point, I think it was one of the bosses I couldn't beat this time, and I just flipped and snapped it.
I nearly did it with Gran Turismo 6 as well, on the carton.
That was an awful game.
5 was amazing.
2 was the best.
4 was the best. 4 was epically the best. I'm going to try to see what they do with the next one on the PS4. I'll buy it. I'll consider 6 a blip because 4 and 5 were so good.
You know what I found the other day? My copy of Hogs of War.
No way.
Yeah, it's a great game.
And I've still got the original PlayStation 3, which plays PlayStation 1 games. So I might have to hook it up and give it a go. Loved Hogs of War.
That's awesome. I fucking love that game. And it's even more bittersweet now because of Rick Mail.
Yeah.
Got anything else on?
Mass Effect Andromeda lead writer Chris Schlerf leaves BioWare to join Bungie on Destiny team.
What a dickhead.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to the new Mass Effect. Mass Effect without Shepard Commander is like...
I'm
Don't
not
like
that
the idea.
I'm not fucking that bothered. Like, I think it'll be
I boycotted Mass Effect as well on 3.
I think it'll be Mass Effect. It'll be good. I think moving away from Shepard's not the end of the world.
It's not, but for me, that
You get that attachment to that character.
Yeah.
and it's
You
really
fancied
nice.
him.
totally
Yeah, that's
did.
what it
It's
is.
much like the new Star Wars movie, which again I thought was absolute garbage. It was
Yeah.
alright. It was a canny movie, but it wasn't a Star Wars movie.
It was just the first Star Wars movie
Yeah, it was-
rehash.
Literally. But like the directing, like on the original movies, you could see obviously it was like watching something on like the Death Star bridge, and then meanwhile on Tatooine you'd see Phase across.
Yeah.
There was none of that kind of like integration. It was just like boom.
It was just
boom,
fan service essentially. That's
and then,
what
and
episode
then
7
the best
was.
bit of that whole, or the worst bit of that whole movie was the last minute and a half of it, when she was like holding that fucking saber out and was like, "Are you gonna fucking take it, or do I have to suck your dick? Or
Yeah.
what do you want me to do? Am I gonna?"
Do you know
hold
how
this
much Mark Hamill got paid for that fucking
30
2 minutes of
seconds.
film? Fuck me, honestly.
And the other bit, Chewie the bastard dropping off at the bottom of that bastard mountain. Could have just dropped off from the top. But nah, I didn't enjoy that movie.
Speaking of films, have you seen Deadpool?
No, I'm
No,
going.
I
I'm going to see it tomorrow.
Everybody needs to see
I'm gonna
Deadpool.
say
I want to
tomorrow.
see that. Like,
I'm excited for
I
you
haven't
how
seen the new
it's that
Star Wars,
good.
you know.
Yeah.
Nah,
Oh,
I
sorry,
kind
man.
of like. No, I'm not bothered. I get the gist.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to see it, but I'm not like.
You're not going to the cinemas for it.
I'll tell you what I think it was. Episodes 1, 2, and 3
Mm.
destroyed the original motivation I had for Star Wars for me.
Well, that's what happened to me as well, but I say that the new one is better than
Oh,
Phantom
yeah,
Menace
yeah,
and
definitely.
yeah.
Mate, I could have had a shit and filmed it on my mobile phone, right, and stuck a plastic lightsaber out of it, and it would have been like better than one, you know, like birthday candles that like lightsabers where you can get them. I could have stuck like a red one and a green one, a purple one, in a floating turd, right, and just done like a Chewbacca impression over the top, and it would have been better than episodes 1, 2, and
I think you should
As
do
a
You
that.
thought about this too hard.
I'm just freestyling.
Oh,
I'm just
right.
making it as I go along. I'm just that good. I'm just a better writer in brainstorming.
We'll come back
than
next
the-
week and be like, lads, I've done it.
than
Check
the-
out
Star
the
Wars
video.
episode 8. And then the bit at the beginning where it's got like the scrolling yellow text, you'll just see Andy's wrote a load of shit on some toilet roll and he's just doing this.
That needs to be
Rolling
done
it
now,
back
doesn't
up.
it?
Yeah.
Remember that time I said you wouldn't dare do a shit and wrap it up in tinfoil like an Easter egg.
I did try.
But you did it, and you sent us a picture of this fucking massive fucking turd wrapped up, shaped like an egg as well. So
It
we're
was
getting his
quite
hands
ingenious
dirty.
how I did it. Oh, I was freaking... Oh, you got to understand the process I went through. I got a load of cling film, right?
But first, to set the scene, we're in the Metro Centre for hours, and he's like, God, I need a shit. I need a shit. And he's like, I'm not going to the toilet either. 3 hours later, he gets to the house, and he's like, so it must have been huge, because the picture he sent us was unsettling. I don't know how.
So
he
what I
birthed
did
it.
was I made a cling film net. So I made my toilet work as a normal toilet.
Yes.
But I just pooped it like a giant,
Yeah,
think
yeah.
of a giant dog poo bag. And I made one of them, and then I kind of tied it all off and shaped it.
Did you freeze it?
I did. Yeah. Once I secured
Imagine
it.
pulling
Do you know
that out the
There's
freezer.
actually, what is it, on the Urban Dictionary, it's called space docking, to freeze your turd in a condom and have
Yeah, I'm familiar
sex
with
with
it.
your
I'm familiar
girlfriend.
with it. This was too big to space stock with, mate.
Right.
This was
Fucking
too
hell,
big.
Came out, it wasn't going back in.
It was like one of them, you know, them like 15 quid giant Thornton's eggs.
I like to
that you
think of
get?
it as
It's
a
like
Fabergé.
Delicately painted.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got to that point.
See,
I don't know
that
how I
dark
got to that
place,
point to do that. Well, I do, because at the time, it was just one of those things in my head where I thought I was drinking a lot of the time, you know, the things were like, I was a little bit scrambled, and it just was one of those things I thought, that'll be hilarious. The fact that you thought I wouldn't do it made it funnier. I was like, I'll fucking show that I can do an egg shit.
Look at my chocolate egg. I must say, hilarity did prevail. So
That was
it
good work.
worked.
I was impressed with myself.
He went back to gaming.
That's definitely one to tell the grandkids that. Once I fucking shit and made it look like an Easter egg.
Thing is, all right. It's the kind of stuff I'd tell kids and granny. Of course I would. Why wouldn't I? Do you know what I mean? It's like you think you've done something stupid. So
Have you ever caught your own shit and frozen
Have
and then
you?
moulded it? No.
well,
You've never lived.
You're an amateur.
Kids
No, and you're
these days
surprised
don't
you
know
didn't
they're
go down
fucking
the whole,
born.
down the whole silicon mold. 2 sides.
That's a good idea, but
That's the next one.
that's a little bit too permanent, or
All right.
because I mean,
Because it ruins a good silicon mold.
it just ruins a good toilet.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like at least when I took the cling film out, my toilet functioned as a normal toilet again, didn't it? You know, you got to have a think about it.
It was just never the same ever again.
I don't think anybody else has actually thought about it, Andy. That's what the problem is. You put too much thought into
No,
it.
I don't think I'm unique. I think people have moulded a shit. Well, he said space dock, and someone's thought of it for different reasons.
Perverts.
Did you ever play Mega Man? On
Yeah,
the
of course I
Nintendo?
did.
Did you like Mega Man?
I fucking loved Mega Man.
Do you know you can get every Mega Man for the PS4 now?
Can
It's
you?
on the store. I think it's about 14 quid.
That's awesome.
I'm seriously thinking about getting it.
I love Mega Man.
Just to steer it away from freezing shit, you know?
You brought that up anyway.
Yeah, I did. Fuck. There's got to be something wrong with me. Then.
Like, do you remember that time when I masturbated over your frozen shit?
Best wank I ever had.
Out than hell. More. Let's go.
I don't know if I've got anything that can even fucking steer us away from that.
Do your best.
I don't think I've got anything left.
Do your
actually.
fucking best.
Oh, Ubisoft have said that Assassin's Creed won't be yearly after the film release.
Yeah, we said that last week.
Did we? Alright, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, well, I hope that
It might make it
by,
better.
no, I think
Ubisoft's
by
latest
not
statement.
yearly, I think what they should do is stop
Yeah.
altogether.
Rather than run the franchise into the ground anymore.
It's too late for that. Whatever shards of quality that franchise once had, they've purely killed it off.
So this is a quote from Ubisoft that I found. It says, industry has become less hit-driven, more dependable, and Assassin's Creed won't strictly be returned to yearly when it comes back.
Or in other words, parrot what the gamers are saying, try and humour them so that the year after the movie we can sell. We can
Do you
move
know what the
units
last Assassin's Creed game I bought was? 2. And I haven't given a fuck since.
Do you want a medal?
Well,
I don't rate them. I don't rate any of them.
Black Flag was
It's
awesome.
awesome.
And this is coming from somebody who hates Assassin's Creed games.
Black Flag was a fucking
The
brilliant game.
only bit I played of Black Flag was that like half an hour around Jaws, and where all I did was whale, and I killed that white whale, and I was like, yeah, so it's all right. I wasn't like, yes, I need this game.
I so needed a game
You
where
bought
I'd go
twice?
whaling. I did, yeah, because I got it on my PS3 first, and I got it again on my PS4.
Moby Dick on.
And I thought the story was fucking excellent, and I enjoyed the mechanics of the, and like the little mini games of taking the forts and stuff.
Yeah.
I loved all of that. It was fucking brilliant. Great game. There's elements of the parts of Assassin's Creed that I like. There's elements of that influence in the Division, like the parkour style stuff and all of that, and it's great. They've done it really well. They've took elements of what they tried to make but failed in Watch Dogs and dropped it into that. Well, they've done it like, it's what's refreshing is it looks like they've learned some lessons.
I think I've figured out what my main problem is with it. innit?
Is it the line? Is it because it's yellow?
That's
Is
the
it
second
yellow?
problem.
It's because the cover system, because you shitted the cover system.
It's because it feels too much like a boring grind fest. And I'm not saying I don't like grind festy games because I love Borderlands, but Borderlands was fucking fun.
Well, I think
And
this
it,
is fun.
it doesn't seem fun.
The reason you won't have loads of fun with it, I'll tell you why you won't play it much, Jason.
Distracted by the yellow line.
The Dark Zone involves PvP.
I was going to say, so
Yeah,
if
right.
you
You
haven't
just
jumped
won't.
into the Dark Zone, you haven't actually experienced the game properly yet, because there's moments when you know you're getting chased by half the server and you're shitting yourself and you're trying to hide and you think, where do I go? And then you're trying to think, right, landmarks, I know this place, right, left here, right here, down here, subway here, down the road, you start to learn the little hiding holes. And
Yeah, I don't really like playing online much, but I think when I do get it, because I am going to get it when it comes down in price, I think being in a team of friends in the Dark Zone's going to be hella fun.
Yeah,
Who are you going
it
to play
is.
with, like?
Well, not you.
I was going to say, 'cause you said a team of friends, didn't
Yeah.
you? So
A team of acquaintances.
you must be on about people you've met online who don't know him for the
Yeah.
unhygienic, unbearable bastard that he is.
Unhygienic, smell the beard.
Other people who hate lines.
That's how my last
And chest high
relationship
walls.
started.
But yeah, definitely the Dark Zone. It's a massive part of the game.
That's
It
where
was
it's at,
awesome.
like, the
Yeah.
Dark Zone's where
Lots
it's
of
at.
fun.
Well, I say that, the balance in the game's really good, because from what I'm understanding, the other side of the game, the normal side of the game, is you have to build up your different areas in your hub. You have to build up, like, your medical wing, your security wing, all of that,
tech,
and then
yeah.
you have to build them wings up to then be able to unlock the perks.
Yeah, I like that.
So that is the reason to play that side of the game. It's got reasons to play. So that side of the game is to develop your character, to unlock all your perks, to skill up and level up. And then the Dark Zone side of the game is where all the good kit is.
Yeah.
The thing is though, the thing that I like most about it is like, and it's such an arbitrary thing really, but like when you actually like, it's not even picking up the good gear, but that moment when it gets safely extracted and you're like, that is
Yeah.
mine. Like you're
Yeah.
and it's so fucking gratifying compared to just picking some.
Just
some
before
of
you got me, I just got a really good new gun out
Yeah.
of Dark Zone, and me and Kaylee were being chased through the server
Yeah.
by a couple of rogue
That's
agents.
because you're a trigger happy motherfucker. You're sure you weren't the rogue
No,
agent?
I
People were
wasn't.
chasing-
This time I wasn't.
Like, fuck, why am I rogue again?
Oh, I thought he was wrong. No, did one of you shoot them?
And
That's
he's just
the
there
best
going,
one.
whoop.
They coming right. They were coming
And
right.
he's there
for
with
me.
a shotgun like this. Was that one of yours?
They were coming right for us. Coming right for me.
He had that look in his eye.
How do you know that was the back of his head? Yeah, all right. I've shot one or two people.
And on that note, anything else?
Nah.
Fabergé shit paid and try it out, kids.
Yeah.
Send photos of your things to the page.
He will add,
We'll have a
add link.
competition.
Yeah.
We'll have a competition.
Whoever does the best shit egg wins a bumming off PAL or something. Bye.